you doing, my friends? Thank you so much for tuning into another top 5 video here, direct from Jovenshire Studios, bringing some fun information from my head to your face. So how this is gonna work is I get these ideas and I try to put them in these crazy lists in my head, and then instead of it just bottling up inside, I just share it and try to get your opinions on the same stuff. Now, before we jump into all this top 5 greatness, I do want to say that if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, because if you like this video, I guarantee you're gonna like the other videos that we do here on the channel. Everything from superheroes to video games to Magic the Gathering, comic books, TV shows, all that fun stuff in one little place right there for your ear holes. So let's jump into some greatness and top 5-ness. Greatness and top 5-ness, that's a slogan I'm not gonna bring back. So there is a game mode that has kind of taken over in the video game space, where now everyone's doing one, and sometimes it might be considered a joke here and there, but I kind of like it. And so that is why I have formulated a list in my head, and I'm sharing with you now my top 5 game franchises that need to have their very own Battle Royale mode. That's right, it's kind of a mode that obviously Fortnite didn't do it first, but man, they brought it to the masses. Before that was PUBG. Before that, there were other games that have done it, but now we're seeing it in all these other games, and sometimes it's almost considered a joke. When with E3, people are like, oh no, please don't tell me there's going to be a Battle Royale mode in this game too, where I'm like, nah, man, that's stupid. Give me a Battle Royale mode in everything we could possibly get. When they announced Battle Royale for Tetris, people scoffed at it. They're like, how do you do a Tetris Battle Royale game? That's stupid. And then Tetris 99 hit, and it was so much fun. So there are ways to implement a Battle Royale type mode into any franchise, and here are the top 5 that I want to see implemented ASAP. So starting off with number 5, we're going to go all the way to Nintendo for this one, because honestly, I just think that there's a lot of potential with some Nintendo properties, starting off with Mario Kart. Now, when I'm talking about Battle Royale, I really do want to expand on that definition, because it's not always just jumping out of a floating bus, finding a weapon, and shooting whoever you can find first. Sometimes it might be driving out of a bus and then hang gliding your way down to an area, finding some weapons that you can then attack other people with. Imagine Mario Kart and their battle mode, but on a much larger scale with even more people. I do think that it was something that they did attempt. Was it Mario Kart 7? There was a battle mode that actually took place on the maps themselves, but they were racetracks, so they almost weren't made to have that kind of free range area. So imagine that, but done well with better maps and on a much larger scale with every single Mario Kart character you can think of. I think that would be a lot of fun to see, and you have some open areas that might be kind of like with Gopher Hills and whatnot, or maybe you're going into Bowser's Castle and seeing who's there. I think there's a lot of potential here. It changes the Battle Royale mode a little bit, but at the same time, keeping Mario Kart true to what it is. That's just what I want to see, though. I think it would be really fun. Maybe you're going to argue with me, I don't know, or maybe you'll argue with me on the other 4 items that I want to talk about. So number 4 here, another Battle Royale mode that I would like to see. Again, we're changing the definition of Battle Royale just a little bit, but I do think that the essence is still there and the character is still there. Now, this game might not be a AAA title, but it is a franchise that I love so much, and I've played with my friends very often. And we're looking at the Worms franchise. Worms Armageddon, one of my favorite games to play with friends. I still go back and do it when I can. Maybe I'll do it more here on the channel. But I think it would be really interesting to see a larger random generated map where you have 99 other Worms and you. So normally in Worms you have your own team of 4 or 5, but in this case you get 1. And it's not turn-based. Everyone's moving at the same time, shooting rockets at each other, and every now and then little crates will pop up, and if there's too many people up top, maybe someone uses an item that calls in or drops a flare, and then all of a sudden a bomber comes in and drops a bunch of fire on everyone. I think that the amount of chaos that you could have would take away from a little bit of the skill, and there would be some luck involved, but at the same time, I think it is a game that with the right amount of skill will balance out the luck aspect just to be a lot of fun. Being able to just drill through the dirt to kind of find different areas, or bouncing around with a rope to try to find other areas where some worms might be hanging out. And then if you like use a ninja rope to get up top and then see some new players down below, just dropping a little grenade down there like, bombs away, woo! Oh no, you got me! I don't know. I think that Worms has kind of been the staple in the video game landscape for such a long time that if they want to create another game to kind of stay with it, I think this would be a fun and innovative way for them to bounce back, do another Worms game, and in a very fun fashion. So here's hoping. If not, I'll take any Worms game on the Switch. I just want to play more Worms. You know, we're getting another Halo game, so that's pretty cool. So how about this? Number 3 on the list, I want a Halo Battle Royale. Now this one I think would actually work to more of the original style of Battle Royale, but just putting it on a much more epic platform. Normally in some of these games, it might not make sense to like I don't have a Star Wars game on here because like, why are all these rebels jumping in, or why is the Empire shooting themselves? Like, no, there's too much story there that might take away from it. Halo, on the other hand, just put red versus blue and go at it. Now, you can do squads of 4, you can do indies, you can do teams of 2, whatever it is that tickles the fancy of Halo fans, I think it would still work. You get dropped down, you do an ODST down in Halo? Wait, no, is it ODST? Because it's orbital drop. No, which one's the Halo? It's a low, I think Halo. It's a high altitude, low opening? Anyways, so you drop down, you land, and then you have to find the different Halo, different weapons from Halo lore, but also along the entire battlefield, I think there should be vehicles. I think the Warthog should be there, so if you were playing teams, you could be driving around, have someone with a turret on the back, and then of course, if you're just kind of like going around and you see this happening, you could still pick up a rocket launcher, you could still pick up a shotgun, jump in there and take the driving seat from someone so that the partner actually has to jump out and try to survive on his own now. I think that's actually a fun aspect, being able to have these larger vehicles but still be able to maneuver a player around those vehicles to be able to steal them makes it really cool, because how epic was it when you're playing Halo 3 with your friends and they try to come down to the Banshee, but then you jump and then actually get close enough to it to hit the Y button, and then all of a sudden you kick them out of the Banshee and take off with it. Imagine that, but against 99 other people. I think the Halo atmosphere, the weapons, the characters, the maps, just if you're trying to figure out what to do with your map, take every single popular Halo map ever and just stitch it together. So as you're flying above, you can be like, all right, cool, we're gonna drop in Blood Gulch and see what we can find. All right, I'm gonna head down to that giant windmill over there. Over there by the beach. I'm into it. I actually, now that I've said this out loud, of everything on this list, I think this is the one that makes the most sense, and it's still gonna be really great and a lot of fun, and I hope if it ever did happen that people wouldn't like boo it or anything. I think it just works. Now, of course, it's still just number 3 on my list because there's 2 others that I want to still see done more than that, but I think this is the one that works the best. We're gonna make it to number 2, and here we're gonna get a little spoopy. Now, when we look at Fortnite, I've always been saying, I've always said that Fortnite's Battle Royale mode is cool and all, super innovative, whatever. Why did they never take the zombies that are already in the game and put them in the multiplayer mode? Just make it PvPvE. Have zombies roaming around that could also cause a problem and hurt you and damage you more, so you have to maybe conserve some of your ammo. So, but at the same time, I'm not here talking about a mode they should add to Fortnite. I'm saying if we're gonna add zombies to something, let's go the distance, and I think Resident Evil should have its own spin-off Battle Royale game mode where you get dropped into this world as a survivor. You're in Raccoon City, zombies are everywhere, and you have to find your ammo to try to survive. And instead of it just being like, kill anyone that you see, maybe you have to work together with some of the other players that you might come across to try to survive the zombie hordes, but the extraction could only take 10 people or so. So are you gonna team up with this person right now, or are you gonna shoot them, take their weapons, and try to survive against the zombie horde by yourself? I think that putting yourself in a high stakes situation where it's absolutely terrifying and like having that same scare factor that was in Resident Evil 2 and even Resident Evil 7, where it was just scary to navigate the map because you didn't know who was going to be around what corner. I think that's necessary. And then every now and then you hear these sirens go off, and then somewhere on the map Tyrant is running around, or maybe Nemesis is running around, and then if you see him, it's time to go the other way. And wouldn't it be fun, like the first 20 people that die can actually then get turned into zombies also, and then trying to take down the people surviving? I'd like to see that. That's why it's number 2 on my list. I just want to see a Battle Royale mode with zombies, and I think Resident Evil can do it best. But now here we are at number 1 on our list of games that I want to see have a Battle Royale mode. Now, some of the games that we've talked about have been more of a traditional Battle Royale mode, kind of like Halo. Some of it has really taken the definition of what that mode is and kind of turned it on its side, something like Mario Kart. But now I want to add Battle Royale to a game that I think would really thrive from it and be very different from what you would normally expect from a Battle Royale game. And I'm looking at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think that there's enough content that could be added to this game for years to come that they would never need to make another Smash Bros. And I think that this DLC is a fun way to do it. I think that you have a large randomized map, kind of like you saw with the extra game mode on the 3DS version of the game. And in that, you'd be running around the map by yourself, picking up items, and it would change your stats so that when you would go to the end, and then you'd fight 3 other random people with your new stats. So imagine that, but just a large map, and everyone is on there, and everyone gets dropped in as a random character. I don't care if your main is Ganondorf, you might get stuck getting dropped into this map as Luigi, and now you need to survive. You need to find the items. When you do come across someone, fight them off, try to knock them off whatever edge, or get their hit points down to 0 via stamina mode, or just maybe it's not stamina, maybe it is just the percentage, and the higher you knock them off, they eventually fly off the screen. I think that it's different. I do think that it's taking a game mode that is proven to be a lot of fun and giving you a chance to really test your skills against the random 99 other players that actually, how many characters are in Smash? Like 80 or something? I don't think it's that high, but there's a lot of them. So that many characters drop into a random map. You might find some items. You can hold on to an item, at least one. You can pocket one item till you want to use it. So you found a hammer. All right, cool. Hold on to it because you might come across 3 other players randomly fighting in a section. Then you jump down there and unleash the hammer and knock them out. I think that it's just crazy enough, just chaotic enough that it's fun. Because that's what I think Smash Bros. Should be. Just a very fun game where the random elements can be over the top, and just having fun with your friends and dropping into a map and seeing who can win is great. I don't know, Smash Bros. To me should just be fun and chaotic and a mishmash of everything. So I say, you're bringing all these Nintendo characters together, might as well bring in this game mode as well and see who can survive. Well, there you have it, folks. That is my top 5 list of games that I think would work well with the Battle Royale mode. Now I want to hear from you guys. Are you completely over this whole Battle Royale phase? Like, do you just not want it in any other game? Or are there some games that you would like to see a Battle Royale mode show up in? Because I think there is a way to change the game with these game modes and have so much fun with it in a new and fun way, like with Tetris 99. So, prove me wrong. I think it's a great idea. Let's talk about it in the comments below. And again, of course, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button because, like I said, if you like this video, you're going to like the other videos that we do here. But that's enough for me. I'm done talking. Till the next time, I'll see you later.